Welcome back to Wrestling with Ski. Work the second time. Sadly, as you see, I'm here alone. Work schedules and all that stuff happened, but hopefully you guys enjoyed her being on the show yesterday, bringing her. I have no idea what the hell's even going on, but I'm trying to, understand attitude. She enjoyed it. She thought that, she came off too quiet or weird or anything. I thought it went very well. Just me, though. I mean, I thought that went way better than most of last night's show, which, yeah, saying something, but I'm not trying to, trash it before everyone gets mad at me. It just, I don't know. There's just something about it. It just didn't feel right. Started out with the women's war game match, which had Raquel Gonzalez, Io Shirai, Cora Jade, and Kaylee Ray versus Dakota Kai and Toxic Attraction, ergo Mandy Rose, JC Jane, and Gigi Dolan. And I mean, it could have been phenomenal. I mean, it really, really could have been like an outstanding thing. I mean, look at that, Raquel. I mean, look how far she's come. Io, we all know what Io can do. Kaylee Ray, if you're watching her over, in NXT UK or any of that, like you know what she's capable of. And Dakota, we know what she could do. Gigi and JC, and even Mandy, like she's come, like that could have been something, but to me, really, I feel it missed the mark. Again, I could be solely like 100% alone on that, but I really think it just didn't really, I mean, it didn't, wasn't anything really. I mean, when like you're getting more notice for like what Dakota's hair looked like, which was just garbage, and what they're wearing to the ring and how like then there's more of that going on, then there's a problem. I mean, it was really towards like all the new people. I mean, they like a lot of them. Sorry, not all of them, but like the character ones that have only been here since 2.0 started, like there's no love for almost really, it seemed like any of them. I mean, everyone loved Raquel, Io, knew Kaylee Ray, Toxic Attraction, and Dakota were getting love, but I mean, there were legit you can't skate chants from the crowd towards Cora Jade. Like when they're going there, well, we're also getting we want Gigi chants. Not wholeheartedly agree with that. But when that's happening, like that's, I mean, there was the also the we want Mandy and the no we don't chance, but I mean, look, it's Mandy. Look what she did on the main roster. Look at her as champion. Like, we all knew that was going to piss people off, regardless of what, new school, old school, whatever they came from. And we all know that she got put there because, Vince tried to push her to the moon already. Surprised that her and Sonya didn't get to be women's tag champs up there on the main roster just because they're an actual team for so long. But I mean, and Cora's shoulder thing, I mean, if it did actually pop out, I mean, I'll respect to her. We'll see. I mean, I haven't seen anything, but I haven't been looking. But and the cameras like had some sketchy angles, and then towards the end, I know everyone had to see it when it looked like, Kaylee Ray was about to, attack her own teammate with the kendo stick. The way the camera angle was, and then turn around, and hit like it just. I mean, granted, she could have been going to, but she turned around, hit the opposing team, and tried to help keep doing that. Like it just, there was just something off about it. No fake finishes, no anything, crazy. And then no offense to Cora Jade, but that roll up there, like her getting the win at the end, like everyone that I know, and that was it. Like we all went, like that was it. Like it was just the weirdest damn thing. And correct me where I'm wrong and tell me I'm being a miserable prick. I get told that every day. It's true. I've been yelled at that all I do is bash on the stuff. But I mean, no one really seemed like that. Just, I don't know. Again, camera angles, not the whole match, just some of the times in the match. And again, it's war games, so giant cage. It's weirder to get people in position in and out of the outside the ring because there's more space to cover and stuff. But I mean, for the camera angles to look that bad, and there was nothing, just like there's nothing crazy exciting. I mean, Cora J did go off the top of the cell and do, but I mean, that didn't even It looked like she barely like fully got over and landed it right. I mean, it's just minus some like, upper half and lower half of the body, exposure. Like, I mean, the match really wasn't that super exciting to me. It wasn't hard hitting, you know. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm trying to like find really good stuff in there. And guess what? There were still wrestling moves that were good. There was still good wrestling. Like the double teams, like all the stuff that comes into a war games match. I mean, it was all there. Just wasn't anything that we haven't all seen like a million times. It wasn't anything like exciting or breaking edge or just whatever the hell. I don't know. It was just boring to me. Thankfully, we moved on to Imperium, successfully defending the tag titles against Von Wagner and Kyle O'Reilly. And I'll have to say that match was far superior compared to the women's war games. And then, well, the segment after that with Jiro, and then the Grimes Duke Hudson match. And then, well, which was still better than Roddy, but I'd say it was a great match. I mean, chop block from Eichner to Wagner's knee was just, it looked amazing. Eichner was flying all over the place too. Like flying all over God's creation, doing more than, I mean, at least I'm used to seeing him normally do, going over. I mean, he almost caught his forehead while he did that splash off the top rope. But I mean, he was just up and down all over God's creation on the ropes and everything. And I thought it was just an amazing, match, what they put together there. And again, I wanted him, Imperium, I believe they needed to win just because of where they are in the division, how long they've been there, their experience, how good they work together, good of a team they are. I mean, they weren't just thrown together, like they've been doing this for a while, and they like had a tag title run for like 12 seconds. I'm pretty sure it got ruined by who was it? Can't see. I could see his face. Yes, Brizongo. There we go. Tyler Breeze and Fandango, like Fandongo, whatever. Like that should have been longer, but yeah, like I'm gonna say the star of that one that was Eichner, because he was all over the place doing everything. Um, it was the best Eichner I think I've seen. I could be wrong. Comment and tell me I'm crazy, but I thought that was the best version of Eichner I've seen, and like I thought it was like they killed it completely. And good for them. And then after the match, we got the thank you Kyle chance, because we all pretty much figured it was coming. Everyone already put two and two together, especially people that are there that probably put way more time into like looking up contracts and all that. But I mean, like the attack that Kyle put on Von Wagner and all that. And again, Von wasn't completely done for the fact after. It was just the fact that he threw up the undisputed era hand sign and gave a DX crotch shot. So I don't know. Obviously, pretty sure that doing all that means he's probably going to be with his dear friends Bobby Fish and Adam Cole over in AEW, because why else would he do it? We've seen them almost do it. And I guess move it over there. I don't see why not. I don't see why, but I don't see why not either. We'll give them all something to do, and especially as they're playing with it. Yeah, don't worry, I'll take care of the place. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the Bucks. So they've been playing at that for right there, just when Kenny left. So we'll see. If that happens, I mean, if this is it, I mean, it's only going to be a couple short weeks, and they'll be able to show up. The question is there time that he's gonna be able to have a big match and get attacked or anything after, like on Tuesday, or how they're going to play off the complete end of it, or is Vaughn just going to maul him? Because we've already seen him on the main roster doing stuff. As Adam Pearce's bodyguard that one time. So, he's got to see how it all, works out. But pretty sure that guarantees he's going, and they're going to do some version of it. And then I'm sure that means Roddy at some point is going to go over there, and they'll put them all back together, except over there, because they don't already have a million groups over on AEW or anything. I mean, what the hell is one more at this point? But regardless of that, it was a great match. I mean, they all looked good. I just think Eichner really stole that one away. All the Jiro segments between his jackets and his ice cream and his pizza, like, just hurts my brain. Please God, make it stop. Pretty please. Right here, I don't say it too much. When I say please all the time, thank you, but yeah, please, for love of God, make that stop. Uh, oh, and I really hate all the new theme songs to do because they're songs that and by artists I've never didn't even know were on the planet. And even Hannah, who's younger than me, looks over, never heard of them. Like, it's just, it really just feels like they're trying to alienate, go completely polar opposite and alienate all the fans that they had let that built the brand that are actually the ones that are really mostly still there. Yeah, you see the ratings. Like it's not like there's been this big jump of new people like watching it. Granted, there's all kinds of streaming services and all that stuff, so that could be seen differently. But like everything just feels like they're trying to just alienate everyone that built anything, completely do away with it all for what I feel has been not as good. Not as good. You know, everything always had its moments where stuff sucked, but it just doesn't it feels like they're trying to get rid of all of us except I don't know who the hell they're going to replace us with because again the numbers aren't exploding. So I don't know what the hell they're doing there. Honestly don't, but I don't like it. A lot of people don't seem to like it. Cameron Grimes defeating Duke Hudson in the hair versus hair match. I will say I liked at least Grimes winning. I mentioned all the characters that they used to do with between Duke the Dumpster, Repo Man, Isaac Yankum. Like there's all those characters back then, and then during that there is no shit a Dookie Dumpster chant going on towards Duke Hudson while the match was going on. So shout out to them. I know they didn't listen to me, but at least they're on the same page as me. And how far of a fall has it been for Duke Hudson? All how much they talked him up during like the whole breakout tournament. And he's in the poker thing, and now he's been shaved bald on TV, and God knows what I mean, who knows what the hell they're gonna do with that. But you go from talking him up that much to shaving his head bald. And it's so bad. Like it's hard for me to say because we've all heard me talk about how much I hate, just the whole Grimes thing. But like I was even caught yelling, "Get him!" It during like all of it. Like please get him. Like that's how bad. Like again, it's just another the poker room and all this character. Like it's just not good character. I'm sorry. It's like back to that passe. Yeah, I swear Vince. All those years ago talked about all that stuff being passe. But yet here we are with ridiculous. Poker players and all this other stuff going on. Hair versus hair matches and the poker showdowns and just I don't know. It could just be me. I don't like it, but glad Grimes got the win with the handful of tights. And when Duke attacked him, like again, I saw that coming and trying to shave his head. I just didn't know. Like, well, is they gonna have him do it or nah? Grimes is gonna prevail, and then Grimes prevailed. Like, I even saw the attack coming after. I thought Grimes was gonna win because I did. It wasn't like it was a terrible match. It's just the whole premise of it and the buildup is just so ridiculous to me. Like we're wasting that long of segments on how much it shows on poker tournaments and poker everything. Like with them back in the poker room and Grimes win, then in the ring doing the thing. Like there wasn't a lot. They minus him cutting his beard like that. I mean, there really was nothing, and you heard it on 2.0 on Tuesday. Like the crowd was getting at him. Duke, when he was sitting there trying to talk from the platforms they have back there. I mean, they were literally trying to eat him alive. So apparently no one else is getting it and feeling it either. Even the people that are in there at the shows, I'm sure a bunch of them have been there, more than once. They're the people that they're trying to build it on. And even they're not getting behind it. So, I mean, I know it's not like I'm bashing it. And other people seem to be doing it too, because it's just not good. Like from where they were to what it is now is like, attitude era going backwards to where they were in the 90s. And it's the best kind of comparison because where they were doing that kind of stuff, back to the character, just, and it's not all bad. It's just, it's not as enjoyable. And there's no one that like really stands out that makes you want to watch them. At least not me. You know, like Tony D'Angelo being like Grayson Waller doing his thing. You know, like there's just so much dumb. It hurts my head. More dumb will be, I mean, granted, Roddy did, successfully defend his title against Joe Gacy. He had Diamond Mine in his corner. He had Harland in his corner. But it wasn't the greatest match of the night by any stretch. In fact, I think I'd probably put it at the bottom, which is a damn shame because Roddy can go. He's proved he can go. Weird stuff the ended up Gacy ended up losing because Harlan picked up Ivy Nile and then put her down there was just so much just what the hell is it even happening for? And I've heard rumors people are talking about possibly I think Dan mentioned it, possibly getting rid of the cruiserweight title, making some all together and doing some stupid thing. I think it's good because it gives a whole nother real competition with those people. I mean, bring this idiocy in there. It's been 205 pounds since they brought it back. It's always been a weight limit thing. Even back when Matt Hardy was pretending to vomit in the bathroom so he didn't have to defend his title and weight, all this stuff. He was always back there doing that. It's been the weight limit no matter what the hell it was. And yeah, Joe Gacy in that 245, the Harlan thing, the Ivy, it's botches here and there. Hopefully he ends up, slowing the roll of this Gacy. I don't like him. Hannah don't like him. I don't know anyone that actually likes him. It's not like we don't like the characters turning us off. It's just bad to us. It's people watch wrestling to escape what's going on in reality with all this, everything is offensive, need more include we turn on wrestling to get away from that, and then we have this schmuck that's not even the best wrestler on the planet, doing this stuff. And again, the match wasn't the greatest. We can't put it on Roddy because look at the matches he's had, especially since he got the title and all that. I just think they need to keep more guys like Roddy around, but we'll see. I didn't like it. That was the low point of the night for me. It just wasn't good. I think I even looked down and started playing bingo on my phone at some point just because it wasn't good. And I don't say that to be mean. I say that because, well, that's just the way it is. Sorry. Then we had the men's war game match to finish it out. We had North American champion Carmelo Hayes with, of course, Trick Williams out there with him, with Grayson Waller, that dumbass Tony D'Angelo, and Braun Breaker versus NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Pete Dunne, LA Knight. I do believe I heard Gargano's old theme last night too. So, I mean, that's probably a sign that he's going to be done. I think it'd be smart to keep him there because you need the experienced guys. So it's not just a bunch of really, mostly inexperienced, people out there doing it for the sake of it. But they're going to be dumb. They're going to be dumb. And the question is, money, workload, how he'd be used, all of those things. So we'll see where it goes. But all that, I don't know. They had that happen. We had the DIY moments. Trick was throwing all kinds of stuff in the ring until Loomis comes out from under there, and Loomis turns around, gives him the thumbs up, and goes away. So at least they had all of those moments, and just about mostly all of his big moments, in his career. That song plus DIY plus the Loomis stuff that they've been doing for so long now, I just don't see him. I wish he could stick around. I really do. Because again, I think it's very, very useful to have them around. Like him and Ciampa and all them, for the experienced guys to work with all these really young guys. Some of them are really, really young. I think that's a core Jade's 20. Granted, she's female. I'm just saying, to keep the more experienced people around to work with them all. But whatever they're gonna do, I just hope it gets better. But the breakdown of it was Grayson Waller going off the top of the cage. That elbow just looked ugly as hell to me. Braun Breaker was incapable of working the bolt cutters to get through the chain 4 times. Working bolt cutters. You weigh 3,000 pounds. I know it's not 3,000, but the amount of muscle, you should be able to, it shouldn't have been that difficult. Mello, which is an equally just as bad, that low blow to Johnny because he straight stop before he hit him, if I remember correctly. From what I saw as I was watching, he didn't even hit him. You could tell he stopped. And then, Braun gets the pin on Ciampa for the victory, which means they're going to put them back together, which means, yeah, he's probably going to be champion here very shortly. And bye bye Ciampa, too. I'm guessing, which is, again, a damn shame, but at least we got to hear a DIY chant and get some double teams out of it. And the black and gold chants were really, really nice. And the spattering of just straight boos, there wasn't a positive reaction to the main event, like in the outcome to anyone in the building, which should be a very large sign. Like you can start pushing everything, all of them, how dumb some of them are, like directly down everyone's throats. It's just pissing people off. And it wasn't good. Like I'd say that Pete Dunne and Gargano and all of them, you know, I'd say Black and Gold carried that match more than 2.0 did. And I'm not saying they didn't do good, but again, opinions are different, but I felt Black and Gold was much far superior and like held that thing together tight. And sadly, though, 2.0 gets the win. They get booed out of the building. We all know where it's going. Like I said, Johnny's probably gone. Kyle's probably like really gone after that. Like all the old guard's going to be gone. It's going to be just nothing but young guys, which again, I still think you should have those guys around to work with all the younger talent, be champions, because, they can help build them until they're actually like ready. But I mean, we'll see how it works out. The ratings will come out. Not just this Tuesday, but when all of them are gone, like the Ciampa Gargano, like when Johnny Wrestling Ciampa are gone, and all the old guys are and gals, I'm really curious to see what happens there. If people aren't going to have, those are their people, like that much booing. Yes, it had to be their people. To see though what happens. Like I'm really actually intrigued to see what it's like when none of them are there and they're doing it all on their own, and what the show is like and the match quality is like. So there's, again, people on that roster 2.0 that could put together great stuff. I just don't think they're ready to have it on their own after like 10 minutes. And that's really all it's been. Again, there's just too much dumb stuff like Tony D'Angelo, Joe Gacy, Hero running around pissing people off, wasting so much talent like Kushida. Again, there's some good stuff like Zion Quinn. I think him and Escobar are going to be great. Like that could be a great, those two. That like he's talented. As much as Carmelo Hayes hurts my head running his mouth. I mean, Trick. There's just something about it. I just look at him and it hurts my head. But like those guys actually do have charisma and capability and talking. Braun, I think they're pushing him like gigantically super. But I'm not taking it away from everyone. I mean, Grayson Waller, I just don't feel it. Tony D'Angelo, like it feels like a cheap ripoff of many other shows and movies that we know of. It's all like stupid based. It's no longer like any of this reality stuff, and that's what all the competition's doing. So it's just for the most part. So it's really, really weird. But I'd say that was the worst War Games, like since they brought it back a few years ago. At least in my memory. I'm gonna go back and watch them all just because. But I felt it was the low point and the weakest one of them all. Simply, I mean, like again, really name anything big from it, minus some good chance of people and booing people out of the building. I mean, the tag team match was great, but there wasn't anything surprising, shocking that we didn't see coming. I'm pretty sure I called everything completely right. It's all predictable. And that's kind of like what they were doing on the main roster, where there were years where things were, in a much darker place in my life. I'll just leave it at that. You don't need to hear all that, but where I wouldn't watch for like however many weeks were in between like the pay-per-views or on the main roster. And I could predict straight down the board every single match's outcome and how like it was going to happen. Like, cause we all know main card, the machine, their main roster is just predictable so much. And sadly, like this whole entire like thing was predictable. And we all saw it coming, and it's a damn shame again for the talent too. But I wouldn't give that. I mean, I'm not saying it was like the worst thing I've ever seen, but to me, that wasn't more than an okay show, or maybe I'll even say it was good. Because good, I mean, it wasn't terrible. So, I mean, but I wouldn't go farther than that just because, it's just minus the Imperium match. Like that thing was just golden, but, just wasn't anything exciting. It's a shame because where were they? Like, it was only 2 years ago, a little over, that they were at Survivor Series and won the whole night. And to look and see where they are now and how they're literally just getting rid of everyone that ever was there and built anything. And again, they can get rid of some people, but getting rid of as many as they did, like they need people to work with the young people. Like that's just the way it is. When there's that much inexperience, you need experience around to help. It's just one of those common denominator, common whatever the hell you want to call it things. Like, so I don't know. It's a shame to see how far they fall and how fast they did it. We'll see where it goes and where it goes going forward, and where, again, what happens. Champ, how long he stays around when Kyle leaves, where Johnny's going. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that's left to be, decided because it hasn't happened. But I hope they keep doing something to not get rid of everything, because literally, what the hell was the point then? Of all that, I mean, it really does feel like they're trying to just alienate everyone that built it, everyone that watched it and helped build it, how big as it was before, again, recently. And really, it just felt like everyone gave up right around, leading to Stand and Deliver. And the Stand and Deliver was good. And then when they moved to Tuesday night, and it just fell flat ever since. I mean, it really felt like they were purposely trying to kill it. And look what Vince has done to it. I mean, you could hear everyone in the crowd last night. No matter what, I mean, no one was happy pretty much like across the board. And that was a lot of boos that night. After the main event last night, that was a lot of boos. But we'll see. Again, I got my feelings about it, but I mean, comment. It's up there on the thing. Comment. Tell me what you think. Let me know what you think about it. What you think about what I think about it. Again, I'm not saying it was terrible, but that could have been so much better, and there wasn't anything that we didn't like expect and see coming for forever, which is the damnedest shame about it all, because they deserve better than that, and I think we all deserve better than that. And it is what it is, and we shall see going forward, as they say. So I appreciate y'all again. Comment, let me know what you thought about Hannah's, and whenever you see like the audio link or the video link, please share them out, and then go back and comment on stuff. Please share it out, because it helps, and they really don't seem to like it in the algorithm for some reason. I don't see why they can hate this one, but what do I know? So I appreciate it. I'll try to get Hannah back on here more if you guys like that. So again, comment, let me know. Facebook, mention me, whatever the hell you want to do. Go watch it with her and then let me know. But it was different, the flow of it also. That was good. And I'll be back tomorrow to let you know what I think about the debacle that will probably be Raw tonight, because they did nothing but hurt our heads. So I appreciate y'all. Again, like, share, comment, and repeat all videos on all platforms. It only takes a few seconds and helps everyone out. Tell your friends about it. And most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to each other. Try to enjoy Raw or War Games if you haven't gotten to it yet. And we'll be back tomorrow. So until then, be good and peace.